Hello and welcome. Today is day 9 of my 30-day cyber challenge, and today we are still working out of the Introduction to Cybersecurity module within the same learning path, of course, and we are working out of Careers in Cyber Room. I do have that opened up in another tab already, so we're going to go ahead and get that started. And today we're going to be working through Task 5 and Task 6, which are Digital Forensics Examiner and Malware Analyst. So let's go ahead and get going. Let me go ahead and zoom in just a bit here. Perfect. Sorry, older, getting blinder. If you would like to play detective, this might be the perfect job. If you are working as part of law enforcement department, you would be focused on collecting and analyzing evidence to help solve crimes, charging the guilty and exonerating the innocent. On the other hand, if your work falls under defending a company's network, you will be using your forensic skills to analyze incidents such as policy violations. Okay. Responsibilities may include collect digital evidence while observing legal procedures, analyze digital evidence to find answers to a related case, and document your findings to report on the case. Okay. I would probably need a little bit more insight to really give my full opinion on what I thought of this role or position. I will say some of the digital forensics rooms I've performed on TryHackMe, they were pretty fun. So I could see that this would be kind of like a fun, rewarding job. But I could also see that this would cause a bit of a headache because if there's nothing to find, how do you prove that there's nothing to find? So I could see, chasing down a rabbit hole to get nothing, and that would, suck. But I could also see finding a lot of goodies, and that would be really cool. I don't know. I would have to get a little bit more insight on that role. All right, moving on to Task 6, Malware Analyst. So a malware analyst's work involves analyzing suspicious programs, discovering what they do, and writing reports about their findings. A malware analyst is sometimes called a reverse engineer. Okay, I've heard that term before, as their core task revolves around converting compiled programs from machine language to readable code, usually in a low-level language. This work requires the malware analyst to have a strong programming background, which makes a lot of sense if they have to understand both low-level code and how to actually reverse that into readable code. Okay, perfect. So they would have to know languages such as assembly language and C. The ultimate goal is to learn about all the activities that a malicious program carries out and find out how to detect it and report it. But of course, I know that's pretty much a key term or a key responsibility in about every cybersecurity role, which is document and report. So key responsibilities: carry out static analysis of malicious programs, which entails reverse engineering. Conduct dynamic analysis of malware samples by observing their activities in a controlled environment. And document and report all the findings, but of course. So of course, still no questions to answer here. But before I go ahead and move on, I will give my take on this as well. I will say that this role sounds very cool and very interesting because it sounds to me as if they get the found virus or found malicious program or piece of software, and they get to then analyze that piece of software and kind of reverse that from the virus or malware that it is, I should say, and put that back into code. So that's really neat. I don't know if I could really do that, not because I'm not smart enough per se, but I don't have a whole lot of programming or coding experience. So the fact that I'm very intro level to that, I feel like it's probably a bit out of my reach, but that sounds like a very cool role to do, to be able to see the malware, see how it acts, and then rewrite that program so you can understand that in readable code. All right, so we completed day 9, and it looks like tomorrow for day 10, we're going to work through task 7, penetration testing, and task 8, which is red teamer. I will probably hold off doing task 9 until day 11 because at this rate, we are probably going to complete the learning path before our 30-day challenge completes. So I'm trying to do my best to line up both the challenge with the actual learning path. So some days I might stretch some tasks or some rooms out a little bit more than needed, just so I can line both of these up, the 30-day challenge along with the learning path. All right, well, again, that completes day 9, and we will start again tomorrow with day 10.